still in the tail end of Storm Dennis, but it seems a lot less windy at the moment. And let's just go round to see the girls, because there's a bit of a surprise round here. Hi girls! Oh my goodness gracious. What a racket. Let's get you open. Who's making the rackets? Hi! Hi girls! Uh-huh. Hi Beryl. Whoop! It's Edith making the racket. Oh! Jinx Crivens. Oh, good. Okay, so while these girls go round onto the deck, I'm going to go back round to the coop to show you the surprise. So let me just open up this end. Carefully. And introduce you to, on the left, Emily, and on the right, Jemima. These are little speckled Sussex chickens, like Matilda, and they just arrived yesterday. So they're very timid, very, very timid. They hatched in October, so I'm assuming they are about October, November, December, January, 4, 4, 16, 17, 18 weeks maybe. And they've not had a great start in life. They were in a big mixed flock, and unfortunately 3 of their hatchmates got eaten by rats, or so I'm told, which is awful. So they were then taken indoors, because the bigger hens can sort of perch up high, and until they got the rats sorted out, but the little ones couldn't, so the little ones were brought indoors into a cage, and it was really a bit cramped, and a couple of their pals weren't well, and anyway, so they've not had a great start in life, but hopefully they will thrive here. Now they're in the extension part of the run, which I have blocked off, and I've also put up clear tarp so they can see my other girls, but they cannot get in contact with them, and that's important because you want to make sure any new arrivals don't have any illnesses that appear, and they can spread to the others in the flock. So they're in a sort of quarantine, but also they're small, so we really need to bring them on a little bit, and just get them settled and gradually introduce them to the rest of the flock. But they are sweet. The smaller of the two, Emily, she's easier to handle and just a little shy and sweet. And the bigger of the two, Jemima, is a bit boisterous. She is a bit sort of flappy and unhand me. So I suspect she might be more of the handful in the longer term, but I'm hoping that if they're anything like Matilda, my existing speckled Sussex, Matilda is just so sweet, and she is the one that's easiest to pick up and to handle. And I'm hoping that these girls, will become the same. So they've spilled that little pot of seed. That was some special a special mix that I made up for them. I ground up some of the existing Garvo Alpha Mix, which is what the other girls have, and it's a mix of things. Also with hemp seed, linseed, sunflower seeds, and a little bit of chirbs, which is a sort of mixed spice for chickens. And I ground it up because younger hens sometimes are fed a mash rather than whole grains, so it was more like a mash for them, and they seem to have liked that. So I'll grind up some more for them. But yeah, so I'm just going to leave them to it at the moment. I'm going to be very careful that, you know, handling these guys and handling the existing 4. Just being careful that I don't transfer anything if they do happen to have any illnesses. They seem fine at the moment. But yeah, I will keep you posted. So this is the first full day here, the start of the first full day here. And yeah, welcome to the flock, little girls. Meanwhile, the 4 gannets have had a little bit of fish this morning. It's been an awful, awful weekend with Storm Dennis, and they've been rather unsettled and spent a lot of time hiding underneath their coop, even although the run is more or less protected from rain and wind. But just the noise of it all, I think, unsettled them, and they certainly weren't coming out into the garden. So yeah, I think they're enjoying just the lack of wind at the moment. Oh, Colin! Hi! As is Colin. What have you got? Hamble. What is that? No, I don't know what it is. Hamble. What is it? We're going to have a Benny Hill cheat. Oh, you've eaten it. God. I hate it when that happens, when they get something and you're not quite sure what it is. Especially when they've picked it up in the garden. And it didn't look like a bug. Did you miss out on that? Did you, missus? Ooh. Does that look like a... That looks like a bit of mouse. And I think that's maybe what... Or a bit of bird. I think that's maybe what the girls had. Oh, that's gross. I'll put this away. You're gross, girls. You really are. Let's put this in the bin.